Alright, the next is the solo, which Paris plays beautifully on the guitar. It goes like this. That was the first bar. There's the second bar too, which is also quite similar. So first let me tell you the first bar, then we move on to the second one. So what you do is on the G string you do a hammer on the second fret of the G string here. Next you do a hammer on the B string on the first fret, and then you pluck the third fret of the B string. So back to the first fret of the B string, and you do a pull off to the open, and then you go to the G string where you do a pull off again from the second to the open. So I'm using my first finger for the G string and my middle finger for the B string. So right. Next is you go to the E string, and on the 7th fret you do a slide from the 7th to the 5th, 3rd fret, 5th fret, 7th fret, and the B string 5th fret. So you can play along. Right, and after that you go to the 3rd fret of the A string and 3rd fret of the B string and plug them together with your thumb or your ring finger or your middle finger, whichever you choose. And then you play the D chord, D sus2. So it's open D, 2nd fret G, 3rd fret B, and then you plug them together. Right? And then you pull off on the G string from the 2nd fret to the open. So this was the first bar of the solo. Okay, so the second part of the solo is which is basically the same. The only part where it's different is it's also just a minor difference, which is so instead of you will be playing which is basically slide from the 7th to the 5th on the E string, go to the 3rd and then 5th. So you stop there for a second and then you carry on with the sliding to the 7th fret. So then you go to the 5th fret of the B string and then the 2nd fret of the B string. So that ends the solo. After the solo there's no picking, it's just the chords, E minor 7. Note that these are not the actual chords, but these are just the shape of the chords. So you play the chords E minor 7, D sus2, G, B minor 7, the C, which is played like this, and the D, right? And these are all palm muted. So this is jab lage har ghadi ke, right? So it's so you palm mute these chords. First you play the E minor 7, and the second time when you play these chords, end it with only one D chord. So instead of playing it, you're going to play it which is hai chupa yahi kahin. Alright, so that completes your verse 4 where it is palm muted, and after that you move on to the fifth verse which is kahin dur shor se, and there you know it's the same which is played before. So you repeat that 3 times, and then you move to which you play twice again, and then you play the intro twice again. And then you move to the outro. Alright, the outro. The outro is really beautiful. I'll play it first, then I'll show you how to play it. So so we start with you're using your thumb to press the 3rd fret of the E string, and then you play the open D string and the 4th fret of the G string and the 3rd fret of the B string with your middle finger. So first you pluck, you do a finger run on the 3rd open D and the 4th fret of the G. So right, you do that in a faster pace. So and then you plug the 3rd fret of the B string, same picking pattern, but you now with your thumb you're pressing the 2nd fret of the E string and the 2nd fret of the G string, while the D is played open again and your B is on the 3rd fret again. So it was next the E, D and the G strings are kept open, and also the B is kept open. So next you play it right. So right, next the D string on the 4th fret and the A string on the 5th fret, and G will be open. So first finger 4th fret of the D string, thumb on the 5th fret of the A string, and middle finger open G. So next you play the 4 again. So right, next will be 2nd fret of the D string and 5th fret of the A string. You plug them. So after this you pluck the 2nd fret of the D string, 5th fret of the A string twice. Your first finger and your thumb. then you pluck the open G. You do this twice, so 2 and 5. And then you do this 5th A, 4th D, 2nd fret of the G, and open B. So, which we did earlier after the first verse. So this was the first part of the outro. Alright, the last part of the outro, the second bar, is which is basically the same. The only difference is, instead of going to, this time you will be going to, which is a slide from the 5th fret of the D string to the 7th. And you pluck the 7th fret of the D string again, so, and then you pluck the open B string with your middle finger, and your D, the 7th fret of the D string with your first finger, and the open G string with your middle finger. So alright, so this completes the entire song. If you have any doubts or you want to request any other tutorial or cover of any song, you can post it down in the comments below. And please do hit the like button and hit the subscribe button. Like I said, it would be really helpful